everybody. Hi, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hi, my friends. Hello. I'm showing up with a bit of a Leo mane today, which is quite, well, because for the full moon in Leo, right? We want to go full out. So that's that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up and sharing your beautiful time with me. What we're going to inquire today about this Leo full moon on the 28th of January is what are the energies? How do we best work with the energies? And what is to come in for us? And I'm really, really curious because, of course, the energies can be felt before the full moon is actually there, right? So first of all, remember to charge your crystals. If you have any, you may want to look into how you can create moon water. It's actually really easy. You just place a glass vessel, for example, with water outside. And you can do this now because it already starts charging as we move towards that new moon. And to some of you, this is, of course, not the usual intro. So you may be doing this. So pay close attention to the message then, right? Then this is for you. But it's really about, I'm feeling like a lot of rituals. A lot of you guys may be doing rituals. If that's not something that you're currently doing, there's a call for you to look into that, right? Definitely. A lot of emotions that are coming up, like a lot of anger may be coming up as well. Interestingly enough, and that, you know, that Leo passion, and a lot of fire, of course, with that too, right? That's what I'm feeling. And release it, friends. Really release it. Don't blow up at people. Rather, I don't know, if you must hit a pillow or something, or just release it. That's the topic here. I feel already coming in strongly. Release it. And don't be afraid of what wants to come up, right? Because there's a lot of shadow stuff that can come up. But it's just that buildup that makes it difficult. So you may feel like there's a lot of buildup, and some of you may be trying to run from it and flee into other areas such as, you know, and I'm going to say addictions, but I mean the much more general term, as in too much sugar, maybe too much acidic foods, that sort of a thing, or other things, too much television, that sort of a thing, right? Because that happens easily. It happens to me too, by the way, so you're definitely not alone. I'm just like, okay, bye. I'm checking out for this time. I don't want any of it. But Spirit kind of has a way of reminding us and somehow pushing us into these things, because what I feel with this is also pressure, but that pressure is quickly released as you start to release, indeed, those emotions, right? So that's what it's about. Journaling also really helps a lot. Let's hop in and see what Spirit wants us to know about this Leo full moon, please. Oh my God, no way. This one? Yes. No. Okay. Wow, this is big. All right, friends. Our first card is the Warrior of the Light. And that is just, you know, synchronicities. You may be experiencing those as well. This is immediately what comes to mind, because one of you guys recently reached out to me inquiring about the term of light warrior specifically. So it is so interesting that the light warrior would show up. And what I told her as she reached out to me is basically that light warriors really come here to this earth, and what they experience, the experiences they go through, may not necessarily be the most easy ones. But they're called to go through it, and they also have the strength and the power, you know, and that fire that I was talking about with the Leo full moon here, that fire, they do have that, and they're very often change agents here on earth to really bring about that change. And the funny thing is, you have the number 32, which is denoting to change. So I know that a lot of you guys that are watching may be identifying as light workers, light warriors, earth warriors, witches, magicians, whatever it is for you, high priestesses, high priests, whatever it is for you, all those I feel are included here. And there's indeed a shedding happening, right? This has to do with identity, interestingly enough. See this? This is where I'm getting this from. He's very focused, right? Very focused, but something about his form is dissolving, not gender specific. Very clear focus. So stay focused on your goal, because it can be easy to get distracted at this time. Interesting that the term of words, how they're distracted, but it somehow came in. So deconstructed form also, maybe sometimes even with words, how one thing is dissolving and another one's coming in, and that kind of an in-between state where Spirit is asking us to really stay centered, to go into meditation, stay with that higher self of yours, right? Because look how he's illuminated here. Everything else around him, like there's a lot of stuff that is happening. By the way, I just did a Patreon post that I started to do weekly energy updates, quickies, which are available for $2 already. So you can go over there and check that out if you want to. You'll find it in the description box. And right after I do this moon reading, I'll do another one of those. So if this reading resonates with you, then there's a good chance that the next Patreon energy update is resonating with you as well. And you may want to go check that out, but I'm just dropping it here so you know. All right. Yeah, that's that. Really stay focused, because there's a lot of change, a lot of deconstructing, and not so much holding on to anything old or anything new for that matter. It's basically how form is dissolving and then needs to find a new shape though for a time, and then is dissolving again. So they're showing me this kind of a movement, and this is also seems to be tied in that wave kind of a movement, because we're going up yet we're staying in the same. It's very interesting what they're showing me, and I don't know what this is. If you know what this is, because I've had a couple of people like who know mathematics, who know that sort of a stuff, or physics a lot, just drop it in the comments if you could be so kind, because they're showing me that wavy movement. And although you may think, or it is going up, but it looks stationary. That's what that is. Interesting, because a card I got for myself this morning was patience, and this will indeed be having a very positive outcome. It's just very hard for us to see. So we're indeed going up, right, very much into the light, but it may look like we're stationary, but we're not. Okay, we're not. And for all those light workers, light warriors, stay in that. It's super important that we keep our vibration, and that can be a lot to ask of us right now. I know. And stay with it, right? Stay with it. Join group meditations if you can, because that's also very, very beneficial here, because the energy is then enhanced, okay? What else, please, for the Leo full moon on the 28th? What do you want us to know, Spirit? Thank you. Thanks. We have balance with the number 19 breaking down to a 10, breaking down to a 1. So that's the beginning of the new, right? And this is a very wise one. The old woman here, the crone, basically, right? She's been through a lot, and she's very wise. She doesn't have to look at circumstances to know what's going on, because she's feeling them intuitively. There's a lot of that going on. And of course, in this, she finds balance, because again, was it the Patreon reading? It could have been, they described to me the balance, that the divine balance, because just as much as destruction and chaos we may be perceiving right now, is just as much light available to us. So this is amping up, but so is the other. And that is kind of like the balance, and shining your own light with this here. And because you do have that wisdom, because you know this already, I'm not telling you anything new here. You know this at the core of your being. It's nothing new, and it's going to resonate with you. If it isn't, that's fine as well. But that's what I mean. When you have that at your core, you'll resonate with these words. To some of you, what Spirit is saying right now, this may be an activation, actually, watching readers, for example, or healers that you resonate with, because simple words, and we're coming back to the words, may be very activating. Oh my goodness. And they recently showed me a post where actually another subscriber of mine came to me and sent me a post about light workers, and how just by saying light worker, that is activating something within some of you. Like within, that's like, how do I say, like encoded language? There's something in there as well, for sure. Absolutely. And so much wisdom that You know, because you have not been here for the first time. Most likely not, especially not if you're here right now watching this. You haven't been here for the first time. You have been here numerous lifetimes. And that's what that is, tapping into that wisdom from those past lifetimes here for sure. Because you know this. Again, you know this already. This is nothing new. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. Intuitively, solar plexus, heart, you'll feel it. Okay? All right. What else for us, please, for the Leo full moon? Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, what was that? And it may be, because I'm having to shuffle those as well, like one full shuffle, which is kind of unusual with those two. It may be kind of difficult to get in touch. And that's okay. Okay, that's okay. It'll pass. Okay, it may not be for all of you, but it'll pass. No, okay. We had this in another energy reading as well, I know so, on the stack, trust and thrive. Wow. And for those of you who are wondering, because I recently had a comment about how I'm picking the cards, I'm actually not picking the cards. I'm actually asking Spirit which one they want. This is how this works, just an explanation for you guys. Stag. Here we go. Trust and thrive. There's mind, body, and soul involved in this for sure. Yeah. So come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. The Stag card brings graceful and powerful medicine into your life. In the Celtic traditions, the stag with his crown of antlers is known as the king of the forest and is a totem that brings protection in challenging times. In Native American traditions, he is greatly loved, for stags and deer have provided food for the people and materials that have allowed them to create medicine items such as drums, rattles, and smudge fans. Although the stag has been hunted in the past and still is, he has strength, dignity, and poise. When this card arises, it can also represent fertility and sexuality, maybe an opportunity to explore your sexual side with your spiritual integrity supporting you on that journey. You have an opportunity to thrive, trust in all that you have to offer, all your gifts, strength, and power, and make the most of it. You were born to lead, and this can only become reality when you are willing to put yourself in that position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because the antlers keep away anything that could interfere with your intelligence and presence, and their strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. You're being encouraged to retain your dignity and be proud of who you are and all that you've accomplished. This in turn will give you even more power to thrive onwards and upwards. Indeed, indeed. I think this card may have shown in the last new moon reading as well. Not entirely sure anymore, but yeah. So we're still on that same topic. God, sorry, my nose just started to be so itchy. Wow. No, we're good. I just asked if any more cards, but we're good. Short and sweet is the motto here. I really wish you the most happy Leo full moon here, my friends, and I really hope this was insightful and or helpful. Please go check out my Patreon if you'd like, starting at $2, but just go check it out if there's anything for you over there. Much love, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye.